Right, hey guys, so recently I've been working on some bandsaw boxes, like you see here, and this is just a test one that I've been doing at a pine, and annoyingly the blade just sort of pinged off the bandsaw, which was frustrating. I hate when it happens because every time it does happen, it puts a sort of kink in the blade from the pressure of the saw as it stops, and then, oh dear me, you can never get that kink out, can you? And so I've got loads of blades now, which occasionally when a blade just comes off, then it's sort of you're stuffed with a slightly kinked blade, and they still work, and to be honest I use them for a lot of projects, as you will see, but it is frustrating. Almost pretty much brand new blade that I put on the saw there, and it sort of pinged off. Don't know why really, whether I was trying to take a corner too tightly or something. These have some quite tight corners, this box, so that might have had something to do with it, but it's really frustrating. I think that was about 15 quid's worth of blades, so hey ho. Right, so I've actually just come over to the bandsaw really quickly because I thought I would show you one of the modifications, I suppose, that I made to the saw. Now in here there was a cutout from when I built it, but I've actually extended this cutout, and I don't think Matthias would be too unhappy with me for doing that, but that was really because 105-inch blades, now this was something I wasn't really too aware of at the time, but are a pain in the arse to get hold of in the UK, so by increasing this cutout, the wheel can come down slightly lower, increasing or decreasing the length of blade which is required, just enough to fit on this blade which I bought. So as I say, I don't think Matthias would be too disappointed with me, but it is actually kind of useful because 105-inch blades, like some of the ones I've got here, were actually something I needed to purchase overseas, which can be pretty expensive. While I'm talking about the bandsaw, I actually thought I would mention the first thing that's gone wrong with my bandsaw. Now, the clamp which holds the blade guide sort of where you want it is actually sort of is connected up to a threaded rod. Now, this threaded rod is actually glued in to the bandsaw with epoxy, and it's actually sort of, the epoxy is sort of given way, and so when I tighten this down, it actually just pulls the threaded rod out rather than tightening down the clamp, which means I've recently had to have been using a clamp, so I thought I would go ahead and fix that up pretty quickly. Now it's literally a case of pulling the threaded rod out. Right, so I've just mixed up some 5-minute epoxy, and I'm just going to apply that in the hole, good amount hopefully to hold it in, and then with a good amount of that glue in there, I'm just going to sort of push it back in, moving it around a bit, try and get that glue evened out. Right, so I can just let that set up now, and then that'll be fixed. So I suppose that's something nice about having built the bandsaw, that way I can fix any problems which arise, because I built it from scratch, so that's kind of nice. But I'm kind of surprised it went, actually. Usually epoxy holds really well, but obviously there was. I also expected that the mechanical tooth of the threaded rod would hold it in really well, but perhaps there wasn't enough epoxy in there, or it's just the fact it's sort of cheapo epoxy, which really is not going to be a heavy duty solution. So see how long that lasts. If it does come out again, maybe I'll have to try something different, but as I say, it's nice to be able to fix your bandsaw yourself. Right, this is exciting. I thought I'd quickly show you some bath mats. I actually sort of reclaimed these, I suppose, from my mum, who was going to throw them away. We replaced the bath mats in our house, and these old sort of stained ones were gonna do nicely for helping out with sanding. They're nice and soft and squidgy, so that when you're sort of sanding on them, they squish down just enough to sort of stop the work from slipping. So I'm yet to try it with sort of routing things, and I probably won't, to be honest, because it wouldn't hold it well enough for routing. But when it comes to sanding, it turned out to be quite useful, so there we go. Who needs bench cookies when you've got bath mats, eh? Right, so that's all I've got for you this time. I just wanted to quickly mention before I go the affiliate stores on the website. Now, if you can't afford to donate to the site but you are shopping through Rockler, Amazon.co.uk or Woodcraft, then it would be great if you did it through the website. I get a small commission for that, and so it will help out the show again. So give that a thought, guys, if you're shopping through those places. So in the next video blog I will probably be showing you my finishing process for sort of oil-based varnishes. It's a very simple process, but it's something that I kind of skip over in most of my videos. It's the same process pretty much for the lathe and off the lathe, so it's something that I use quite regularly if I'm not using a lacquer finish. So you see that in most videos and people ask, what is my finishing process? So to be honest, it's very simple, but I will show you that in the next video blog, so stay tuned for that.